Super Smash Bros., one of the most popular entries in Nintendo's massive catalog of video games, also has a seemingly untouched competitive side. But this isn't a story about the best or most popular players of all time. This is the story of insignificance and without consequence. This is the Neighbors of Smash. So, how did you get your name? Well, I really like looking at the moon at times during the night, and I'd also, at the time, had a horrible sleep schedule. I was kind of a night owl. So I said, well, the moon, lunar? Okay, let's go with that. LunarDave. And then ever since, that just became my tag.
I got it from an Xbox randomizer. That's chose me a random name. I haven't felt like changing it. Also, people call me a thought. I don't know why.
My last name starts with pen, and the last half is rod, and I thought, okay, well, what's a pen rod? That's a little thing inside of a pen that holds ink. And oh, wait, ink sounds kind of cool. So I went by Ink when I was playing Smash Bros. And then when I decided to start making content online, I added Thinks after it because I was doing video essay type content or prediction, things like that.
It started just it started as Stealth 111, which was a random thing I made on 3DS. And then this man, Dave, told me to drop that because that was silly. So I did, and then I ended up just choosing GalaxyStealth over time.
My cousin, he came up with the name Lunatic, or my PSN back in the good old middle school days, and I just kept it ever since. And the Zoid part, I just added it myself because I just want to add a little uniqueness to the name, and it's alien-like, I got it from Zoidberg from Futurama, so.
I decided to change the name a little bit to what it is now, Hotel Pneumario, and that is because it is basically the same thing with it being combined with Numa from Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I was thinking about some names after, for some reason, just the name Darkling popped out. I wasn't even thinking about the character Darkling. I was saying, wait, I can put Link, but something else, not Code. And Darkling popped out. And then I remembered that was a character. I'll keep that name.
I played more Lucario in Rob back then, which is clear by name.
I needed a username for my email so I could make the Minecraft account. So I got Draco Blade, but that was taken, so I added 99 to it because that was the biggest number I could think of.
I actually wasn't sure about how I wanted to go about making my name because for a while I always had Scarf, but I was like, what would be a good prefix for that? And then I realized, LunarDave, GalaxyStealth, StarlitScarf. I'm brilliant!
Scarf seems pretty angry today. I have no idea why he's acting the way he is right now. But in general, it seems like he just wants to finally be able to beat me in a best of 5. And you know what? I'm going to take the challenge on. I'm not going to back down from a challenge like that. But I guess if we really want to kind of figure out why he's so angry, We just gotta go back to the beginning.
Well, I guess it all started with Cameron.
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 Cameron. His playstyle is almost a representation of how he acts, almost in a sense, because it's almost a wild card compared to how he acts in real life, which is more casual and he's very respectful.
Fighting against him feels like fighting a younger sibling. They're gonna go for cheap shots, but you're never ready for when it happens.
So one thing I like to do a lot is actually ranking between all of my friends playing Smash. So at like the lowest tier, you have kind of like the people who just got started or like out of practice, all that kind of stuff. So that'd be like Darkling or Aiden. Kind of like in the mid tier, you get like the people that like can really do stuff, but just haven't really played the game enough. That'd be like, let's say like Ink. And then the high tiers, you get the people that can actually kind of give like, someone like me a lot of trouble. So you can have like Scarf, Logan, and like a few others. And then at like the top tier, you have me. And then if you get to the very, very top tier, that's where you get Cameron.
There was something you could have done. You could have mashed faster. You could have rolled there, and you could have punished here. But the way InkThinks plays is so aggressive and efficient that it really makes it hard to see what you're doing wrong in the game, because it just doesn't give you room to breathe.
Playing Cameron is like flipping a coin. Like every match, it's always even. It can go either way. It always feels like a 50-50 split. Like we're always like really close to killing each other, and one wrong move from either side could be the end of us.
I met Scarf through 5th grade, I think it was. I ran into him and another friend, William, and they were the first group of friends I started talking about gaming.
I really don't know him that well, but I don't get any negative vibes. I'm getting all positives.
He's definitely Scarf, alright. He's one of the nicest people that I know. He's very funny, he's very silly.
He definitely has a very funny side, and he knows to abuse that in all ways possible.
He's not a very punctual person at times. There are times where it's very hard to plan stuff with him because he works on his own time.
He starts slow, but once he accelerates, there's no stopping.
I think he's gotten a lot better at just being like situationally aware of understanding things, but I also think he definitely isn't expecting things as much as he should. Like,
I find that he's not very comfortable at the ledge.
There's situations that pop up frequently, and he just kind of sometimes lets them happen. That's just the main thing I think.
He does pretty well at being a general wall every time he's an advantage. But the thing is that if you give him too much confidence in something, he will just overdo it. Sometimes he does this intentionally, but other times when he's really trying, it just slips up, and that can just, make him fall over.
I feel like you don't really see people like him often.
So Dave is the kind of person to just come in guns blazing and be himself unabashedly. Like if you meet Dave online, I have a general feeling you're gonna not be surprised when you meet Dave in person. Like what you see is what you get.
He's almost very energetic, or he's always very energetic, but also weirdly open. And I guess it's weird because normally a lot of the times a person's, the way they act in real life transfers to the way they play in game. But I feel like it's almost the opposite for Dave, because he plays more passive in game versus the more energetic side of him in real life.
He makes me have to think.
Dave is the exact opposite of Isaiah in terms of how he plays his character.
We're relatively close in skill gap, so it's almost comes down to fundamentals for the most part.
I think Dave's a pretty fundamental good player. He's one of the best players I think I have in the friend group. But he definitely uses platforms well, and more well than I do. I just think that using different stages and a little bit edge guarding is probably the main thing he needs to work on.
When Dave is in advantage, what he does is phenomenal. He uses pin to absolutely, he takes away your options.
There was somebody who was talking about how they had just witnessed a car accident that was really traumatizing for them. They were really shaken up, just having a really hard day. And then suddenly, out of the blue, Dave comes in, guns blazing, didn't think to read through the chat at all, and is just like, guys, I'm the best freaking Mario Kart player you'll ever meet. I'm so good at driving.
One of my favorite videos on Dave's channel is How to Beat a Banjo, I think it's called. And it's him fighting Lunatic. And so it's just 3 O's all around. Very funny.
I don't like that video. Every time I watch that video, I actually cry.
Dave's corn is so annoying, and I just have to deal with like platform camping the entire match, and always Yoshi's melee just because he loves that stage all too much.
Really say, because Corrin's a very unique character nowadays. Not a whole lot of people play Corrin.
The man's irrational.
Have you ever tried to edge guard a Corrin? It's not fun.
I'm surprised that there's people who play Corrin on purpose.
Like, they're wrong, but we all say she's top tier because we all hate her. She is a menace, and so is he.
Frustrating to play against because it's always so refined, I guess?
It's just Corrin.
Because that man is a brick wall of pin, insta-pin, and back air. It hurts.
And then it's just so annoying that he's always up there just doing something, and I get up there and he's trying to kill me at 60 because he's up throw, and then it's just like, he just is like pin all over the place.
Corn doesn't wear shoes.
She is the gun. He is the gunman. He is a goddamn marksman. Call that man headshot. Because he don't miss. And the only thing he is missing is his friends, because they all left him.
He consistently reminds you about what you're doing wrong. And as someone who plays a lot of games and likes to think he's good at something, oh, believe me, it hurts. Every single time.
I can tell that he was really frustrated in the way he's been playing against me, and I have noticed that he's been practicing a lot more than I would expect coming from him.
Isaiah plays Violet in the almost perfect way. And it's all about that momentum, moving forward, that new deck.
The dude knows what he's doing. He knows what his problems are. He's aware. That's a player with potential to grow and grow and grow.
That's like the biggest slap in the face, because they always start with the characters they're best at. It's like, how about I turn on easy mode for you?
He does get you to high percent, but I frequently notice he's either nervous to edgeguard with Pyra, or doesn't use Pyra that much. Now, there are games where I've seen him use Pyra more than Mithra, but most of the time he seems to use Mithra more.
It is an easy win.
You could be the best player in the world for one game, and if you lose every other game, nobody will care.
He definitely isn't expecting things as much as he should. Like, there's things a situations that pop up frequently, and he just kind of sometimes that doesn't happen. That's just another thing I think.
And Isaiah has the mentality for it. He knows that he has to back off. He knows what he should be doing. But Isaiah wants to be that peak player. It'll look close, but as soon as they find that one weakness that you have, that you can't get rid of, the way Dave solved all of their weaknesses, they stomp.
That was great.
Well, that was closer than I expected. I think, Scarf did actually really well. I could actually see a lot of the areas where he was, he had a lot of weaknesses with. I think he faced those demons and went straight past through them, and that threw me off a lot. I think I just got lucky with that straight back air, but at the end of the day, I'm really proud of him.
Every time a game ends, I just say like GG or something.
And at the end of the game, after all that fucking bullshit, I just say GG's, hands off the keyboard.
Hey, GG's, man. You totally kicked my butt. I'm never going to main banjo ever again.
A lot of people say GG, but I don't. The big thing is, I don't know, it's just kind of silly. There's not much more to go about this. Like, oh, good games. I'm like, no, I played terribly. What do you want?
GG's?
GG.